Looking for a job could be very difficult and challenging, and if you don't get a feedback, it could be also very discouraging. But there are ways that could help you to make this process more efficient and more resultful. If you're looking for a job, especially if you're looking for a job abroad, the number one tool that you have to master is LinkedIn. There are a lot of things that goes into right strategy on LinkedIn, and we'll have another video on that. Today I want to concentrate on the key skill that you need, and this is reaching out to potential employers, reaching out to HR managers and recruiters. I run a recruitment company, so I am on a daily basis receiving dozens and sometimes hundreds of messages from candidates, and also as a business owner, I reach out a lot to potential clients and to people that I want to connect with. And this allows me to kind of analyze the situation from both sides and understand what works best and what doesn't work at all. Before we jump into the correct way to reach out to HR manager and how to compose this perfect message, I want to get out of the way two most common and most inefficient ways that I see people reaching out on LinkedIn. Just a little disclaimer, those are my thoughts and my opinion and my experience. It could be different for somebody else, but I think if you listen to it, it will make a lot of sense to you as well. So the first way I see a lot of candidates reaching out and it doesn't work at all is by sending, I'm calling that meaningless messages. Usually it goes like this: hello, and this is it. Or how are you? And that's it as well. And then in a few days they would again follow up with this kind of purposeless message asking about your day, about how you're doing and stuff like this. While small talk is absolutely necessary and we are very used to using it as an icebreaker during personal interactions when we are at the interview or when we are meeting in person for the first time, it is kind of part of the common etiquette to do this little dance like, how you doing? I'm great, how are you? But for written communication it's different because it's not happening right here, right now. And in written communication, you have to follow different rules. These kind of messages are kind of bordering with being unrespectful of one's time. Because if HR manager now and here is devoting their time, the most valuable asset any one of us has, to open your message, to read your message, to consider what you have to say, and you provide zero value, zero information, zero context, it's kind of like you are eating up their time without bringing anything in return. And likelihood of reply in this case is close to zero. The second way I see candidates approach HR managers a lot, and this is better because it could work if you are sending this message to the right person, is just sending your CV with minimum information. Like, hi, this is my CV, I'm looking for a job, do what you will with it. This is better because you give more information and at least HR manager can act on it. But this works if your CV is like top-notch, impeccable, if you are a candidate that every company wants to hire. This way, yeah, they will definitely reach out to you. But if we're talking about average CVs, let's say you're a waiter with a few years of experience here and there, and you're looking for a new challenge, and sending a CV like this also sends a message that you are not that motivated, that you are not that interested, that you are not that invested in finding an opportunity. It looks very generic, it looks practically like a spam because it seems like you're sending out this message to everyone, and therefore it kind of lowers the pressure on HR manager to answer you. But we of course want to avoid that. HR managers in big companies, in well-known brands, get a lot of applications, and if you are just sending your CV with simple "Hi, I'm looking for a job," it doesn't allow you to differentiate from all those other applicants that also apply. These kind of messages, they lack personality, they lack motivation, they lack enthusiasm, and they do not look very appealing to HR managers. So once again, the likelihood of them answering to you is not that high. Okay, now let's move on to what is the right way to reach out to somebody on LinkedIn. And here we have to remember 4 pillars. Number 1, it should be brief Number 2, it should be personalized. Number 3, it should have all the information, but in the same time be precise. And number 4, don't forget to put in a question. So basically what you want to do is to provide a person with all the necessary information, let them know what you want them to do and why they should do it, while making it as short as possible to save their time. Start a message with personalized greeting using HR's name. Don't do this "Dear Hiring Manager." If you can include the company name, or maybe something that you read in the news about the company, or maybe refer to something that HR manager posted recently, that also would be great. Then you want to include 2 to 3 sentences about your work experience, but please just highlight just the most relevant and most important information. Make it as short as possible. Then you want to submit your CV and your contacts. Please make sure that you really attached your CV, because it's very annoying when somebody says, "Hi, please take a look at my CV," and does not include a CV in the message. And now is the most important part. You want to finish your message with the question. Are you hiring at the moment? Is the position I saw you posted still available? How can I apply for a position? This is crucial. There are so many candidates who is sending message after message after message, waiting for an answer, but they didn't actually ask any question. The thing is, if you didn't ask any question, the person doesn't really understand what kind of answer you're looking for. Thus, most likely you will have no answer whatsoever. But a simple question that is easy to answer will help you to start a conversation, to build a connection with HR manager, and get some information that you can actually use right now or later in the future. If you compose your message like this, HR manager doesn't just get your CV, they also are getting a glimpse into your communication skills and your personality. And this would help you to stand out from other candidates, because you're different, you're you. There are no 2 candidates who can send the absolute same message. One more very important thing that I want to emphasize about reaching out is, when you see a job post on LinkedIn, please follow instructions in the job post to apply for a position. They may ask you to DM them or to send your CV to a certain email or apply by a certain link. Each HR manager, each company have their own hiring process that is convenient for them, that is custom for them. And when you are trying to go around it, it seems like you are not respecting the convenience of HR manager, and you are putting your convenience ahead of theirs, which is kind of rude and unprofessional. What you want to do is to apply according to the instructions, and then in a few days, if they didn't reply to you, you can follow up in direct messages. This would make so much more sense, and it will have so much more chances to be answered. I understand that this could sound harsh to someone, but tough love, baby. I think that the more you understand the process, the more you can influence it and the more you can get out of it. HR managers are people with their feelings, with their issues, with their tasks, and it will not get you too far if you will be inconsiderate of that, and if you will only concentrate on what's important to you and what you're gonna get out of it. And the absolutely last thing that you want to do is to be rude to HR manager or recruiter if you didn't get a feedback. You never know what company they're gonna go and work for next, so you may cross paths, especially if it's in the same city or in the same region. I really thought when I started working with Gulf region that this is huge. There's so many people, so many companies. But the more I worked, the more I understood that this is such a close community, and your reputation is something that you cannot restore once it's damaged. Even if you didn't get shortlisted, you keep your cool, you keep professional, and you maintain your dignity. As always, guys, I hope that was useful. A like, bell button, you know what to do, and I'll see you in the next videos.